Hello everyone, welcome to IASbaba. So we have finished the 2022 prelims and most of you are busy in checking the answer keys and evaluating yourself where you went wrong. So all those things. So immaterial of all those. So it is like one thing is in the next 20 days by the time the result comes. So you can spend your day happily by studying for mains and others, or you can spend the same days stressfully by listening to the answer keys or discussing with others about your prelims and all those. So better to forget that as of now and go ahead with the mains preparation. And here is how to prepare for the public administration for the next 90 days. So it is like we have a strategy for the next 10 days. So friends, if you are a serious aspirant, so it is like you will have to make making the short notes beforehand. So this is not the time where you sit down and make the short notes. You have to make it before, and now it is a time only for revising such short notes. So better it is like if you are preparing for the next attempt. So start preparing the short notes from now on. So this is one thing which fetches you the maximum. The one person who makes the best short notes in any paper for that matter, he will gain the maximum marks because for him the facts will be consolidated in one place and all he has to do is bring his brain to that page memory and pick up the facts and put it in the paper. So if your sources are multiple, then your brain will struggle every time to pick up all those facts. So this I hope you might have done, and people who are giving 2022 mains, so they have to revise the short notes whatever they have and make sure that all the facts, codes, keywords, all these are in the tip of your brain. And then next 65 days, so you can start taking the tests, you can write down the answers. So it is like one thing is you have to brainstorm, so take some questions, see what points you can write and leave it off. And one more strategy is like you have to make sure that you will sit for 3 hours and you will write down the answers. So both of things you have to do. So one is you have to sit down and write the answers so that you will have a proper time management in the exam hall. And the second is like to increase your thinking speed and to test whether you have the ability to answer any kind of question for that matter. You have to do the brainstorming. So there are n number of sources wherein you get questions. So search for different papers and brainstorm and know some points which you can write and then leave it off. And there will be one test wherein you will sit and you will write it. So two streams, they will go hand in hand, the brainstorming one and then here the answer writing one. So this you can follow any one test series, and this better to follow the multiple sources. So any tests or previous years, so anything you can do it in here. And then next is take the feedback. So as and when you write the test, so take the feedback of your mentor and then try to adopt those and then try to improve. Then updation of your notes from the current affairs and the reference books. So as and when you start writing your answers, you might be getting some questions which you don't know, or might be some bouncer questions, or might be somewhere you might have missed some codes which the mentor or faculty might guide you, or might be like you will get to know that there is one question which you have no idea at all. So better to go through the reference books and update your notes and revise them so that you will not be having any bouncers in the mains exam. So if you follow these strictly and if you try to top up your marks, so but obvious you can always achieve success in mains. So any optional for that matter, this will be the strategy. And for public administration, this is a must because public administration is an analytical paper. So now coming to the scheme of evaluation, friends, it is like many of you might have been tired of giving back-to-back public administration attempts, and you might be like, whatever I write, I'm not getting the marks. But the thing is that so throwing some keywords there or having an absolute memory of the quotes and facts is not sufficient. So here, as the analytical paper goes in public administration, the explanation of nuances are required in the simple words. So how you explain the nuances given in the question. So questions will be twisted and you will explain them in simple words and then give the substantiation. So never ever have an habit of just throwing some keywords. See, like you cannot expect the examiner to learn all those keywords and then come to the exam hall and evaluate it for you. So it is like you have to make sure that when the examiner reads your paper at the very first instance, so then he will understand it and he will readily award your marks. So that facilitation is from your end, which you have to do, and it's your bounden duty. Then substantiating them with the opinions, quotes, and examples. So if your nuances explanations are being very good, So obviously you can go with the opinions. If you don't do these, that is substantiation with the opinions, quotes and examples, then your answers will end up being a GS answer. It will not be a PubAd answer per se. So here we take up some of the examples, like how so the students, so they have written and they have their own the positives and negativities. So everyone will be having the strengths and the weaknesses. So it is not to judge any of the student here. It is just to learn from everyone. So every student is a teacher in himself and every teacher is a student in himself. So we will take one question here, that is the public policies are concerned with the administration of the public interest and they are constrained with the constitution and are relatively unconstrained by the market forces. Rosenblum analyze critically. So here it is like, yes, UPSC gives such questions wherein the whole paragraph is copy pasted and it has multiple demands. So how to tackle this? And here we can see, friends, the structuring of the answer is very beautifully presented. That first he speaks about the public interest, and here it is like the first assertion is being explained, like how the public policies they are in the administration of public interest. So yes, here it is like in the first paragraph the student explains that yes, public administration, so that is being implemented with the help of public policies, and how it is by implementing the public interest. Okay, and then he says like not all public policies, so they will implement the public interest. So here yes, the explanation part, the structure part is good, but the thing is that so as and when we move towards the current affairs, now the answer starts becoming a GS answer. So here it is like how to make it a public administration answer. So here yes, so one public policy will be in public interest if we follow the extra rationality, or if we follow the ethicality, or if we follow the Pareto's principle, or the utilitarianism, or the justice theory. So when you put in those things, so all these will show that so you are within the framework of public administration, and also that you are arguing with the facts given in the public administration. So you are explaining with the public administration knowledge and the language, and not with the general studies. So obviously you can give such examples. Before giving these examples, you put in the justice theory, you put in the utilitarianism and others, because there the public interest rules the roost. And then when you criticize, so as the question asks for critically analyze, you will also say that yes, it is like not always public policies are in favor of the public interest. So sometimes it might be against the public interest. So here you can put so various models, like the elitist model where the elite people will set the policies, or might be the institutionalist model where only the institutions set the policies. So this is how you critically analyze the first part. And then the second part, again the structure is beautifully presented, that is constrained by the constitution. So he or she, they have taken the word from the very question itself. The keywords are coming from the question. So this shows that you are within the framework of the question. And here also the explanation is beautifully presented, that yes, how the public policies are constrained by the constitution. So here, as it is a paper 1 answer, you can give examples from even the US UK constitution as well. It need not be from India alone. And then the next paragraph at the same time, like sometimes it might not be constrained by the constitution, or might be sometimes constitution will not give you the ground reality. Constitution will not give you something what group theory gives you, wherein the groups will lobby one against other. And then there are various other things other than the constitution, so which can give the constraint. So that also you can argue. Again, the critical part, so both are being analyzed for this. And then come to next, the unconstrained by the market. So here you will say like yes, the market is different, constitution is different. So market goes with the profit, constitution goes with welfareism. So at this point of time, the market forces, so they might be having a complete different. So that is the game theory. So in the game theory, there is no room for sympathy, empathy, or bringing up the downtrodden people or nothing else. It is like all motive is to winning the game or succeeding in the business. And then the negative part, however, so it is like market, it is not completely unconstrained one. Market provides its own constraints. So here you can give various examples, like how the market gives its own constraints. So like when you speak about the agenda, streams and windows, so you can say that so market aspirations are one of the agendas where the policies are being framed. So various corporate laws, corporate acts are being framed as per the market's needs and aspirations. So like if you provide all these, so here in this answer, the structure and presentation and explanation are good, but substantiation, they are not coming from the public administration per se. So they are coming from your GS knowledge. So if you avoid that, if you had given the substantiation from the public administration first, and then one or two examples from the GS, so your answer were very beautiful. So I hope you inculcate these things. Then coming to one question in paper 2. So friends, it is like both paper 1 and paper 2. So they are equally challenging. Sometimes if paper 1 is easy, paper 2 would be difficult, and if paper 2 is easy, paper 1 would be difficult. So this is how UPSC is setting the trend. But however, so we will take this question. Indian financial administration and budgeting has lot to learn from those tenets of fiscal administration propounded by Kautilya. So here it is like we have to compare Kautilya's financial tenets with the current Indian financial administration, and we will also say how the Indian financial current administration should learn from the others. So how you will do that? So here it is like the answer. So that requires the explanation of nuances. So instead of structuring, so better we go with the paragraphs here. So we will give some 3 to 4 good paragraphs which will completely explain the nuances. Say for example, Kautilya has said that so we have to pluck the fruits only when they are ripened. So that means we should not pluck the berries or the premature fruits. So that is one example we can learn in the Vodafone retrospective taxation case. So wherein we try to pluck the fruit before it is being ripened. So when they are happy, corporates will give us. If not, we should not try to extort them. And then like in the current one, so we can say that Kautilya gave so much of importance for the accounting, auditing, etc. So in his administration, there were very many officials who were properly structured with the hierarchy so that they will do the proper accounting on the periodic basis. So now it is like this accounting and auditing, so they are also important. Say for example, the PM Cares Fund was there and it was not subject to auditing by anyone. So now India should learn from them. Okay, so this is how by giving some 3 to 4 good paragraphs of argument, so you can make a beautiful answer. And all these paragraphs, if they explain the nuances, so that will carry you the maximum marks. So here, so you have to decide like what structure you will follow inside the exam hall. So if you are comfortable with the paragraphs for that question, go ahead with that. So if you know that this question can be structured properly, so you can go with the structure. So have a flexible brain, and your structure for your approach for various questions, it depends on the demand of the question, not with your fixated mindset that I will write facts for every question, I will write keywords for every question, I will write point wise bullet points for everything, I will put side headings for everything. So that is not possible even in GS also. So keep open your brain, and all you want to do is explain the nuances there. Friends, some 97 years have passed after UPSC coming into existence, and till now UPSC has never given the mains official answer keys. So why it is? Because UPSC is cut and clear. It says like whatever I want, so that is given in the question, and give me whatever I want and take the maximum marks. And we are the ones who will overanalyze the things, and we will say that only if you write point wise UPSC will award a mark, or only if you write paragraphs UPSC will award a mark. So UPSC all it wants is the good content as per the demand of that question. So put the demand of the question in your topest priority when you are doing the mains answer writing. And also like when you are writing POBAD, so make sure that your facts will come first from your POBAD notes, and after that you can give 1 or 2 examples from GS. So this will avoid you writing GS answers for POBAD questions. So we know that POBAD has overlapping with many of the GS syllabus, and better we take some of the examples but not everything from that GS just because it is easily available. So these are some of the things, so some of the tips which I had to say. So if you are so very well in that, so there is no reason why you won't clear. So people have showed by scoring good marks, by securing good ranks even in public administration. So especially my tip for those people who have been embroiled by taking public administration, so it is like you could neither change other to other optionals, or maybe you neither could get marks here. So make sure that if you do small changes, there are always the examples who have succeeded in this. The thing is that you should have some efforts, you should incur some pain to inculcate all these ones. So I hope you inculcate all these things and you become an example for all those your juniors who have been saying that public administration is a difficult optionals. So I wish you all the very best for the upcoming mains. And we from IASbaba, we are coming up with a test series. So in this test series, so I will be guiding you personally. So how to explain the nuances, how to write the best answers, so all those things. So whatever my experience I have, so I will be putting it to you, and my experience has got me good marks in public administration. So the same thing will be taught for you. So I wish you again all the very best. Good luck, friends, from my side. So I wish most of you will get into civil service and make India a better place to live in. Thank you. Good luck.